channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're an OG, welcome back. It's nice to see you. So, first of all, let's just address the fact that I look a hot mess because I have been suffering really bad with my allergies. And so I have no lashes on. I'm wearing my glasses. I'm just over the day already, but it's been like 4 days and I've been so sick. I'm finally at the point where I can breathe and I can like get through like a couple minutes without coughing and sneezing. Allergies are the worst, but I can say I will experience some kind of relief soon because I have an appointment to get my allergy test done and get allergy shots. So I'm really excited about that. So hopefully next time you see me, I won't look washed out like I do right now. But anyway, today I wanted to go over, this video is gonna be on why I never wanted kids. And I say that, and when I say that, a lot of people automatically think that I hate being a mom, and that's not the case at all. It's just that before I had kids, before I became a mom, I didn't want kids. And I guess starting from the beginning, like I saw, like my mom raised me as a single mom, and I saw a lot of the sacrifices. Like my mom sacrificed a crap ton for me. And oftentimes I felt like I was a burden to her because she didn't have any help. She didn't have any help raising me, really. I mean, we had family and stuff that helped her and extended family that helped her, but I really hope these noodles taste good because they don't look good at all. Anyway, she had like extended family that helped raise me, but it was just to the point where like for a little while I kind of raised myself, and she raised me to be very, very independent, which I appreciate now as an adult. But it was just like there were so many things that I know my mom wanted to do that she couldn't do because she had me. And my mom did get married, and you know, whatever, that didn't really help none either. So I just felt like having kids was just gonna be like a nuisance. At the time in my life where I decided that I did not want kids, I was probably like a sophomore or junior in college. And I said, so yeah, sophomore or junior in college is when I kind of realized like, I don't really want kids. And I just was able to get up and go and do as I pleased, and I didn't have to consider anybody's feelings. I only had to fend for myself. And then when I graduated and I realized like, wow, like the world is at my disposal. I can literally get up today and move to Korea if I wanted to, and not really have to take into consideration anybody else's feelings about it. If I wanted to get up and go and do something or whatever the case may be, I could do that because I didn't have anybody else to consider. I didn't have anybody else to take care of except myself. And so I spent a while not wanting kids, not necessarily being like, I hate kids. That's not what it was. It was just like something that I was okay not working towards, if that makes any sense. And I moved around a ton. I moved after I graduated from college. I attempted to train to run post-collegiate and hit this Olympic time for Haiti's national team. And I moved to Georgia because that's where my coach was, and I lived in Atlanta, and I loved it. I ended up playing professional football, loved it, got hurt, moved back to Kentucky, started coaching at the collegiate level, went to grad school while I was doing that. Absolutely loved it. Was coaching at the collegiate level for about 3.5 years. left Campbellsville, moved to Lexington for a job, went back to Campbellsville, then left Campbellsville, moved to New Orleans, lived in New Orleans for a little bit for a coaching job, loved it. And I see how breezy free my life was during those times, and I was enjoying that, and I didn't want to have that change. And I can say, like, during a large majority of my professional career, working in the workforce, I was in a relationship with my husband, and he's now my husband. But he knew from the very beginning that I didn't really want kids, that I really didn't, my goal wasn't to be married at all. And that was okay with him. And I think at the time, like, because that's not what, like, he knew he wanted to be married with kids, but at the time that wasn't his focus. And so he was like, okay, whatever, you don't want it, not a big deal. But I know right before we moved to New Orleans, we had been together about a year and a half by this time. And right before we moved to New Orleans, he was like, can we have a baby? And this is kind of sort of when I knew that, like, okay, this guy, we're probably going to be together for a while. I don't know if we'll get married, because I just never saw marriage in my cards either. And that'll be another video. But he asked me if we could have a baby. He's like, can we have a baby? We were laying in bed one night. I was watching Ratchet TV, eating ice cream. I remember it like it was yesterday. And he was like, can we have a baby? And I was like, sure. And I didn't think about it. I didn't think about the answer. I didn't say, well, like, I didn't do any of that. And so when I said sure to him that we could have a baby, in my head, that's when I kind of knew, like, this guy is probably going to be the guy that I marry, because anybody else would have asked me, could we have a baby? And I would have said no. Or I would have, before I met my husband, I was in a relationship for a little bit with a guy who he was a great guy. It's just, we were not meant to be in a relationship. I think we were meant to be in a relationship so we could fix each other for the next relationship that we would encounter, because at this point he is now married with a kid and I'm married with 2 kids, and there were so many things going on in that relationship that I was like, if I were to get married, I just don't see how this would work. And I was so stuck on the idea that I either could not have kids, like I physically could not bear children, and also that I kind of sort of didn't want them. And so that's why I say, like, meeting the right person will make you change your mind about a lot of things, and it's not a bad thing. It's just, I feel that meeting my husband showed me that even though having kids is a very big responsibility, and that your life will change 100%, and that the things that you used to do, you will not be able to do anymore, or maybe you will have to do them less, but you definitely will have to make some sacrifices to have children. But if you're married to the right person, or you're with the right person, having kids is not going to deter your dreams. It's not going to stop your dreams. It's not going to stop you from being able to do anything. You may have to make some concessions and maybe plan it out a little different, or maybe your plan is something that will take place a little bit later, or it's something that you could do while you have kids and you just didn't realize it. And you didn't realize it because you didn't know that being with the right person would enable you to be able to still do the things you want to do. And that's where I am at in my life right now. I didn't realize that being married and having kids would still allow me the same liberties and freedoms that I've always wanted. It's just those freedoms and liberties look a little bit different. And so now, like, I can still go out and have drinks with my girlfriends. It's just, I may not be able to do it as frequently as I'd like, but I have someone that is not going to tell me, no, you can't go. They're going to encourage me to go and do things with my friends because they know that it's important for me to still have a social life while being a mom. I can still go out and travel and do the things that I want to do, because he enjoys those things too. And having kids is not going to stop him from wanting to do those things, you know? So I just feel like it's all about being with the right person. And I'm thankful that I did not have a baby with someone who was not the right person. And that's literally the gist of it. So that's the reason why I didn't want kids. And I am thoroughly enjoying being a mom. I can say that being a mom can get a little annoying, especially during like the toddler stages. Like my son, he's gonna be 2 in December, and I have a newborn, and it's rough, it's hard, it's frustrating, but ultimately, like, coming home and seeing my son extremely happy to see me after I've been at work all day is an amazing feeling. And seeing him be able to accomplish things and learn new things and do things, especially on his own, like seeing him be able to put his shoes on by himself, or that he knows how to pull his shirt over his head, like little things. It's really exciting to see. And so there is a different kind of joy about being a parent. And so I'm thankful that I am parenting with the right person, but I'm also excited that I allowed myself the opportunity to be a mom, because I know that at one point in time I didn't want to. And also, along with that, like, I was in a field where being a parent was not, I'm not gonna say it was impossible, but it was gonna make it very, very difficult. And I was very into my career at one point in time, to the point where I was like sleeping and breathing my job, and long nights, early mornings, on the road 3 and 4 days out of the week, just a lot. And that job would not allow me the privilege to be the mom that I want to be, just because there's not a lot of people in that industry that really pride themselves on being family oriented in terms of like their employees. Like, I've only been employed by 1 or 2 people, I can say, that really cared about the family environment, and that would cater to the fact that you had a family. And as a mom, I feel like my responsibility as a mom is very, very different than the responsibility that a father has. We have very different roles, and it's not a gender roles thing. It's just, I just bear a lot of the responsibility naturally in my head. There are things that I do that my husband can also do, but I do it. That's my thing. I want to do it. And so being a coach at the collegiate level, I think would have, eventually I would have had to make a decision to either be the mom that I want to be, or the mom that I feel like I should be, or be the coach that I want to be. And I didn't want to have to make that sacrifice, and I did not want to put my family or my husband second to my job. And I know how I am when it comes to work, and that's what I would have done. And so at that point in time in my life, I didn't need to be a mom. I didn't need to have kids. And so, which is the reason why when I found out I was pregnant, I quit my coaching job. And granted, I miss my coaching job. I miss coaching. I miss being in athletics. Will I ever do it again? I don't know. But I just realized that there's a lot of things that go into planning to have a kid, and making sure that I was in a position to be ready for a child in all aspects. I was not there when I was coaching. And so, yeah. But yeah, that's the reason why I did not want kids. And I just want to encourage all women, all young women, all older women, whatever the case may be, all women, especially career women, a career woman. If you don't want to have kids, it is okay. And don't be ashamed to say you don't want them, because kids are not for everybody. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't particularly like kids. I'm not a kids person. I like my kids. I don't particularly care to be around other people's children. So I'm more so like a teenage, college age type of person. So it's interesting that I have children because I'm not much of a kid person. And so I'm learning a lot through my experience of being a mother. And I'm actually enjoying my kids a lot and learning so much from them because I'm not really around little kids like that. So just know that if you're a woman that has made the decision to not have children, or you want to explore the idea of not having kids, it's okay. It's not going to take away from your womanhood, and you should stand firm in that if that's what you want to do. And it's okay, and relish in that, because there are a lot of things that you will be able to accomplish by not having children, but there are also things that you might miss out on by not having kids. And if the pros outweigh the cons, then do it, you know? So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't want kids. And I will be putting this video out soon, and I will also be putting out the video of why I didn't want to get married. And so yeah, so until next time.